Hello everyone, welcome to Study IS exam. Today again we have come up with a very important topic that is called the Great Rewiring. So in the field of artificial intelligence, what happens to our brain? So today we'll be discussing about some of the very important facts regarding the neurosciences in the age of AI. That is called the Great Rewiring. So what is the neurobiology of the reliance? That is a part 1. So that's called Hebb's law. Use it or lose it. If you are not using anything, it will automatically lose it, right? So what is the meaning of synaptic pruning? So whenever we talk about the synaptic pruning, it is a neural plasticity in the brain which has the ability of the brain to form a new connection. So Hebb's law states that neurons that fire together wire together. So and conversely, pathway that are not activated that undergo synaptic pruning. That means whenever any artificial intelligence handle any kind of deduction, the logic circuit of the prefrontal cortex remain inactive. That means your neurons are not getting active, your neurons are not getting connected. Okay, so that is called synaptic pruning. Now, what is the concept of cognitive offloading? So there is a two type of shifts are there, the mechanical shift that is happening and the generative shift that is happening. So in the mechanical shift, what happening is that in the cognitive offloading is the use of physical action or external tool to reduce the mental demand. Okay, so what happens historically, we used to offload memory to books and arithmetic to the calculator. We know that right now, during the earlier time when Smriti and Manusmriti and Shruti were there, these are the way like how our Vedas have transformed from one place to other. So in the everybody might be knowing that the Vedas has been spoken and it has gone by mouth of the words. Okay, so the rishis munis have given the Vedas to their disciples, then these disciples have given that Vedas to their own disciples via way of wording. Okay, so there was no books has been written, but right now your memory has taken into a book and the arithmetic has gone into the calculator. Otherwise, people earlier used to do a lot of big calculation by way of just memorizing and the way of doing with the memories. Now, right now, the calculators are there. In the phone, you have a calculator. You don't work on that. You just simply go and try to solve that. Okay. Then, what is the meaning of generative shift? So, AI introduces a generative offloading. Now, we are also offloading the synthesis. We are also offloading the ideation. We are also offloading the reasoning. Like whatever the thinking infrastructure of a human being, that also we are leaving from the human mind. So mechanical shift has already taken part of our life. Now generative shift is also taking part in our life. Now there is a performance paradox is there. 400% there is an increase in the output volume. So since the AI has come, the productivity has spiked by 400% in various knowledge sector. The AI information retention has plummeted. That means user can produce high quality work without actually understanding the underlying logic, or it is just creating an illusion of competence. You think that you have done a very great work, very good work, but it is just giving an illusion. Actually, the work has not been done by you, it has been done by AI. Okay, so it is creating an illusion that the work has been done by you, but actually the work has not done by you. Okay, so now in the EEG is a type of a test of a brain where neural connectivity declines are happening. So when you are not having any kind of support mechanism, you have a unaided defocus was there. Earlier you have a very unaided defocus. You were into defocus. Whatever work you were doing, it was of defocus. Slowly you have moved into the AI assisted processing. Okay, so real time EEG data shows that there is a 55% reduction in the electrical connectivity across your prefrontal cortex during AI assisted synthesis task. Okay, so there is a reduction in the electrical connectivity in your brain. This is happening, and this is happening in the real. Now the evolution of digital dementia. How the digital dementia has arrived. So in 2005 there was a Google effect. We have stopped remembering the information. but remember where to find it out, right? That was happening. Then in 2026 there was an AI effect. We have stopped learning the process itself of deduction, relying. We are just relying entirely on the results. Okay, we don't know how the process has to be done, what processes, what logic has to be put on there. Okay, and then we have a neural entropy. So there was a semantic memory system that are increasingly dormant as knowledge retrieval replaces knowledge construction. Okay, earlier we used to retrieve the knowledge from your brain, right? But now we are just constructing the knowledge which has already been provided under that whole process, right? Now what is the anatomy of the atrophy, right? So we know hippocampus versus GPT. So hippocampus means what? It is the memory mapping, and the prefrontal cortex, that is the executive function, are the most vulnerable to the AI reliance. So in our body, the prefrontal cortex, which do the executive functions, brain function, they have totally become vulnerable to the AI reliance. Even the MRI finding says that the gray matter density is shifting in the user who is utilizing AI for more than 6 hours. So that means the gray matter density is shifting. Okay, gray matter is used for thinking, memory, retention and everything, right? Now what is the matrix of change? Deep semantic memory score. What is the baseline from 2020 to 2026? What is happening over here? So before 2020 there was a deep semantic memory score. So you have a good memory, you have a good retention power, you have a good focus, you have a good logical reasoning. From 2020 slowly it has started declining, and it has been declining even after 2026. So the standardized recall score have declined by 35% and 60. That means the way you can recall the things, how fast you can recall the things, have declined by 35%. That is the cognitive baseline trend. From in simply just 6 years, your recalling power has reduced by 35%. There is a huge IQ problem that is happening. So when you are not getting aided by anything, unaided control group, so you have a good baseline. We are taking baseline as 100, like when you have an unaided control group was there. But as we start utilizing AI, our IQ has gone by -8%. And if you are using if you are a very hyper user of the AI, like if you are utilizing artificial intelligence for more than 6 hours, your IQ has declined by -22%. So heavy reliance on artificial intelligence for any type of logic task, it correlates with 22% drop in manual problem solving speed. Now what is your attention span? Your attention span has gone just to 18 seconds. Current focus peak, like if somebody give you a focus area, like you have to focus for some work, it has gone down to 18 seconds. That is a 18-second wall. The perfect output of Gen AI has conditioned our brain to expect instant clarity. We need instant clarity. So the biological tolerance for cognitive friction have vanished. That means if we are not getting our result as we desired, we are not even tolerant of that. So that makes the deep work nearly impossible for the most. Like if you are working for deep work, you need lot of tolerance, lot of patience in order to do work. But our patience has reduced to a very small amount. Then there is a dopamine economy. We need all of sudden instant gratification. Whatever we do, we need immediate praise and everything. We need everything instant gratification. Like if somebody say, what is the answer of this? Automatically you just simply start opening chat GPT. Okay, the answer of this is this and this. So you need instant gratification. That is 70% AI driven. And you are not even active learner and you are struggling for your rewards. Okay, so right now everything is AI driven. We need instant gratification. We need instant dopamine economy. We are not even in a position to do any kind of active learning. We just here to just give answer to anybody. Okay, instant gratification. Now, as per the MIT Media Lab research, they said we are creating an illusion of competence. We possess the answer but have lost the ability to explain how we arrived at answer. That is the clear-cut thing that is going on right now. Now, what was the generational shift that happens in this whole process? So, there was a generation alpha. There is a Gen Z, then we have a Gen Alpha, then Gen Beta. Okay. So, generation alpha, which has been exposed to this AI, generation alpha, the people who was born between 2010 to 2025, they are the first to have Gen AI integrated in their primary develop in their brain. So in 2026, the average age of the first AI interaction was 4.2 years. That means the people who are being interacted with AI, they have an average age of 4.2 years. That means the neural pathway for basic source verification and logic are being bypassed. That means whatever the brain, your neural pathway, your logic that has to be developed in your brain, we have already bypassed it just by prompt based outcome. We just write the something and we get the answer. We just write something, we get the answer. But the way our brain has to develop for logic, for verification, for neural pathways, so our childs are not getting developed for their neural pathways. The pathways are not developing, their brain is not firing, their neurons are not firing. So they are just simply bypassing the whole process of the brain development. Now, what is the risk of neural foreclosure? So there are two risks. There is a stalled plasticity. Like if critical logic windows are skipped during their childhood, those neural connection will never fully wire, and your child may remain into a very, very deep state where his neural connections may not develop in the near future. There is a prompt slavery. Now, earlier we used to think like what exactly we have to search, but right now we are also enabled to write what exactly we wanted to find out. The prompt, we are slavery to the prompt. The inability to formulate their ideas without any conversational partner as a primer. That means somebody is helping you to conversation. You are not even trying to formulate their own specific ideas. So these are the risk of neural foreclosure. Now, language acquisition shift is also happening. Right now, whatever the prompt has been given versus grammar, children are learning prompt grammar. Children are not learning the actual grammar. They are just learning the prompt grammar which is being shown by the prompt. The logic of instructing a machine before learning the nuisance of the linguistic persuasion. That means before understanding the proper grammar, the machine itself is making you to learn the prompt grammar. That is, again, you are being slavery to the machines. There is a reduced vocabulary. Active vocabulary, like words were there, the words are getting shrink. They have a passive vocabulary. That means whatever the computer, whatever the prompt is being given, that only vocabulary you are learning. You have a AI suggested specific words are coming. You don't know exactly the word what has to come. These are AI suggesting specific words were there. Okay, so everything is being suggested to you. You are actually not getting into your own real ideas. Everything has been suggested to you. Right? So educational outcome, if we check 2024 and 2026, now whenever we say of educational outcome, where this AI is helping the most, like if we go by the subject area, like in 2024 scores, people were used to get in the creative writing out of 72 out of 100, in logical deduction average they are getting 68 out of 100, in historical recall they are getting 75 out of 100. But what happens in 2026 score? The creative writing score has gone by minus 25%. Now people are only getting average 54 out of 100. Logical deduction 48 out of 100. There is a 29% deduction in that. Then in historical recall there is a deduction of 44%. Primary cause, synthetic synthesis in the creative writing. In the logical deduction, every logic has been outsourced. In the historical recall, there is a algorithmic search that is happening. So because of that, creative writing, logical deduction, historical recall, everything has gone down by 25 to 30% to 40%. Now, what is the global economy of the thought? Now, if we say like which industries have a vulnerability towards this AI, So if we go by that, we can see here that legal, there are various sectors are there, like legal and compliance sector are there is a software engineering sector is there academic research sector is there. So in the legal and compliance sector, AI reliance is very very high of 82%. Okay, so there is a high critical risk of cognitive atrophy, and because vulnerability is loss of precedent recall, like you cannot simply recall the things, you need to go to AI again to ask something, right? In the software engineering, there's again a very high AI reliance, that is 90%, and the risk is very very high, because now the people are not even getting what exactly logic they have to make. They are searching and they are asking AI for everything regarding their logic and coding and everything. Then in the academic research, the AI reliance is very very medium, but the risk is very very high, because all the information that you are getting is synthetic information biases, right? Now what is the synthetic biases? What is happening? The synthetic biases is that whenever you search something, like if I am from a medical research and if there is any person who is also from the medical research, if we both are searching the things, we are getting close to the same answer, because the AI usually utilizes the same large language model to think, right? So large language model which AI thinks has been given to everybody. It is not like that for everybody the AI thinks in a different way. No, for everybody AI thinks in the same way. So human output is experiencing mechanized convergence. Everybody is coming to the same answer. So there is a loss of uniqueness. There is a loss of individual cognitive diversity. Everybody is thinking the same way. Everybody is getting the same answer, close to the same answer, right? So now we have moved from creator to the steward. There is a 90% shift that has happened from just from your work to the verification process. What is the meaning of stewardship trap? 90% of the knowledge work is shifting from execution to verification. Right now you are not executing anything, you are just simply verifying. Executing has been done by the AI. Now the brain is no longer the author. Your brain is no longer an author. Author is AI. Okay, it is just, your brain is just a fact checker. Okay, now the shift is removing from desirable difficulty necessary for the neural growth. So you need to have some difficult situation, then only your brain can develop. You have to give some kind of work to your brain, then only your neural connection will happen. You have to keep on working with your brain in order to fire the neurons, in order to make the new connections. Okay, but this is all being stopped because of the AI coming into your life. Now, as per the Dr. Elisa Zhang, Neuroscience Institute, the most dangerous threat to the human mind is not an intelligent machine, but a mind that has forgotten how to be difficult with itself. Machine is not a problem, but problem is our mind, because we have given difficult situation to our mind. We have forgot to give difficult situation to our mind. So our mind thinks that everything is going well, so they just keep working like the old one, right? Now, what is the reclaiming strategy of our own brain in the field and in the environment of the AI? So, what is a desirable difficulty? Now, the power of struggle. Whenever we say we need to struggle, it is not like that we wanted to get into a very difficult situation. It is just like that we need to develop our mind. Cognitive science teaches us that we learn the best when the things are hard but manageable. Okay, so this is a desirable difficulty trigger the chemical signal for your neuroplasticity. So if you wanted to keep your brain active, we must and keep on intentionally reintroduces friction into our daily work life. We should not be in our life where the things are common and simply going. No, we need every day certain smaller kind of difficulty if we want our brain to remain active throughout your life. So what is the analog sprint of protocol? So for 0 to 30 minutes, this is like what you can do in order to improve your brain. So for 0 to 30 minutes, if you are working on any idea, just start brainstorming that idea without utilizing any kind of internet or AI tool. For up to 30 minutes, you start brainstorming, right? Now from 30 to 60 minutes, manually draft and manually do a logical mapping using pen and paper. Okay, Don't use any kind of internet or AI. Now from 60 to 90 minutes, start getting reference from your peer reviews. Go to people, ask them what I can do, what changes I can do, and everything. Still do not use large language model. After 90 minutes, you can utilize your AI for polishing and formatting only. Do not utilize AI for brainstorming, do not utilize for manual drafting, do not use AI for logical mapping. Use AI only for assisted polishing and formatting only. Okay, so active retrieval mastery, what happens? So neural workout, you have to do neural workout, like never ask AI for any kind of fact until you have spent 2 minutes trying to recall itself. Okay, do not simply just type and things. You have to spend at least 2 minutes to recall from your mind first, right? Then only you can ask for the AI. Then handwriting, haptic feedback from handwriting improves memory. Like if you are writing something, if you are writing, like if I have this paper, if I keep writing on this paper, I will retain something in our mind. If you are typing something, like you have a memory retention more of 18% compared to typing. Like if you are typing on the computer, that you will retain less than what you are writing from your hand on a paper, right? Then focus timers, rebuild the focus wall. In 25 minutes, you give deep focus increments. Like every 25 minutes, work for something where you require deep focus. Okay, so give your body a deep focus wall of 25 minutes. Then hybrid mastery. The future belongs to those who use the machine to expand their mind, not to replace it. So we must be the architect our own intelligence. That is the hybrid mastery that we have to create. So this is all about today's session. Thank you so much. I'll be coming with a very new important topic in the next class. Thank you so much. Take care.